Hey guys, what's going on? Dusty here from All Around Performance doing a walkthrough video on one of our KYMCO youth quads that we have here. This is a KYMCO 70cc youth quad. This machine is great for all the youth kids that are just starting out, and I'm going to show you some features that not a lot of people knew about this machine. It's got a lot of safety features on it. The brakes are awesome for small ones. It's easy to pull the brakes in. This bike's got a lot of features on it that not a lot of people knew about. So we also make this machine in a KYMCO 90, which does have forward and reverse. This machine does not have forward or reverse. It's just a standard automatic. So just know that if you ever want to know more about the KYMCO 90s, same machine except for it's got forward and reverse. So I'm gonna have you come on in here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna start talking about some of the safety features right here on the handlebars. The very first thing that I want to point out that's really important on our KYMCO quads is going to be the rear brakes. The rear brakes are set up with hydraulic brakes. Most of the other manufacturers that we sell, they have cable brakes. And what's really nice about the hydraulic brakes is, including with my family, my daughter has a really hard time pulling in the cable brakes. And what's nice about this machine with a KYMCO is that because it's very easy to pull in, it makes it really safe for the family. Over here, you've got the front brakes. The front brakes do have two cables. The way that this is designed, for an example, my daughter has no problem pulling these in, and it is fully adjustable here. On the left handlebar, you notice that it does have electric start. It does have a kill switch. It does have headlights on it. It has off, it has low beam, and high beam. And while I'm showing you features on this side, this machine is equipped with a parking brake. You can pull this in, push that button down, and that allows the parking brake to work. To release it, you just squeeze this button in and let it go. You'll notice right here on the right handlebar that it does have a tether cord. What you do is you'll plug this part of this right here into the kid, so that you can put on a zipper, you can put it around their wrists, whatever you'd like to do. And just in case they do fall off, it does have an emergency kill on it. Another one of those safety features that keeps a child safe. So right here on the throttle, I'm actually going to come around and get a good view here of right of the front. This throttle does have a screw built in. You notice this screw right here. You can push the screw in or out, and as you pull that screw in, it only allows the throttle to go so far. And if you move this screw outwards, it allows the throttle to go even further and further and further. This is one of the very first speed control devices on a KYMCO. Not a lot of machines have this. Once the child gets to the point where their maximum speed and their throttle is completely maxed out, what you're going to find is that the transmission inside the clutches has got a spacer that's in between the primary clutch sheaves. What that spacer does is it prevents the machine from going full speed from a brand new set point. So what it'll do is, once you get the throttle maxed out, the machine will only do about 8 to 9 miles an hour at its highest point. And then what you got to do is take it to a service department, or you can do it, and I can do a video on this one day. You actually have to take the clutch cover off, and inside the primary clutch, as you remove that spacer, it allows the machine to go twice as fast. So what's cool about that is that this machine is two things. It's very safe, and the machine is set up for growth. They start out with never ever riding a quad before, all the way up to the point where they're ripping around, they're using the brakes, they've got the limiter off on the handlebars, and they got the limiter out in the tranny. That allows this four-wheeler to fit not just one age group. This four-wheeler will fit a good amount of time for the child. Keep in mind that we do have this in a 70 and a 90, so that way you know that you can start them out either on a 70 or on a 90. I'm going to show you some more features actually on this side right here. If you come around here, first thing I want you to notice is that this quad has a backup kickstarter. Once again, another feature to an awesome KYMCO that most youth quads don't have. They don't have backup kickstarters. If for some reason the battery dies, the kid's out in the woods, this actually kicks over very easily. My daughter, my son both have used this feature because, you know, my machines are, they always need a battery. But right here, the feature here with the kickstarter is great for the kids. You notice right here inside this piece of plastic is going to be the fuel petcock. The fuel petcock does have an on, off, and a reserve setting. The reserve setting, all you do is you rotate it around to reserve. In case the ATV runs out of gas, with that reserve feature, it allows you to just click that over to reserve, and it's going to help you get this quad and your child back from wherever you are. Most youth quads don't have that. So that's another super awesome feature to a KYMCO. So let's go right to the back of the KYMCO. And I'm going to show you some cool stuff back here that really stands out on a KYMCO. It does have this heavy-duty grab bar that goes straight to the frame. It's got your rear tail lights, reflectors. And then as you look down here, this is that rear brake caliper I was mentioning before with hydraulic discs that you can lock these tires right up. Tends to be the child's favorite way to slow them down. It also teaches them to use the brake on the left-hand side. This vehicle is equipped with a heavy-duty 428 chain. A lot of the youth quads that we compare to on the daily do not run a 428 chain. This chain right here is going to be an O-ring chain, and because of its thicker size, you tend to have to adjust it less. And the machine just comes with it. Most of the other youth quads only come with a 420 chain. Kind of a super cool feature. You notice here that it does have an adjuster right on the back. This is another cool feature about a KYMCO, is that once you loosen up the axle bolts, all you have to do is just turn that nut in. It pulls the axle back and tightens up the chain. When it comes to maintenance, this makes it really easy for that beginner parent to understand how to easily adjust the chain for the kid. It also teaches them how to maintenance their own stuff. If you look up in here, that's also got an adjustable shock. You see this ramp style setup. You can rotate this spring around for the weight of the child. So if they start out small, you want to make this thing as soft as possible. And as the child grows, they become a little bit larger in size. You'll actually find that adjusting that spring a little bit harder allows them to grow into the machine. So I'm actually going to show you what's underneath the seat, because I don't think a lot of videos, they show you what's going on underneath the seat. So underneath this air box is going to be a lever that you pull. You see this lever right here. This is how you take the seat off. All you do is you pull this out, and underneath the seat is going to be pretty cool. It does come factory with a tool bag. It does have a built-in lithium battery, and the air cleaner is located right here. You got to have to remove the screws, remove the air cleaner. It's not a task that you have to constantly be cleaning all the time, but once a year, we definitely recommend removing and cleaning that air box. All right, so you can zoom out there. So basically, that right there is the complete walkthrough on our Mongoose 90/70. This machine is going to come equipped with all your safety features that you're looking for. It's going to have all of the heavy-duty upgrades that not a lot of youth quads have. So I appreciate you guys watching, and follow us on YouTube. We got plenty more videos just like this one. Thanks a lot.